Hey everyone! I have a gorgeous necklace to share with you. I'm excited to show you how I made this just princess design. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I'm still working on that. I'll figure it out before I do the thumbnail, but it's I just finished it. It's hot off the presses. It is a classic style. It's a type of netting that is very common to see in seed beading, but I had never seen one with pearls. And when I saw these gorgeous pearls together, I thought I got to do something, you know, this really, really special level up design that really uses them together in a way that I think shows how fantastic they are in a design that's fantastic, right? So this one is just very statement, very like, going out. Not that I wouldn't wear it with just like a regular everyday outfit, but I still feel like it could be something you wear with like a really, special gown. Think like events and weddings, prom, stuff like that, going out to the theater. So yeah, how this was made, very easy netting, seed beading. I'm using some 6 pound Fireline. I'm using a size 12 beading needle. I think you could use a 10 or an 11 as well. And then you can also change things up. Like you can change up the counts about at the very beginning of the video, about a quarter way through finishing the first part of the design. I show a good point where if you wanted to do something a little less operatic, you could stop and have it be just a simple collar length, one repeat of just these little pearl clusters. So ways to simplify it, ways to turn it into a bracelet, things you could do. So I was going to show you step by step how to make this. And I'm going to hold it up here for you so you can get a really good view of how it looks when it suspends. So when you're wearing it, it's going to come down a little bit like that. So it on my neck is suspending in this kind of fashion, like a configuration. So the way I did the counts really kind of highlights that little pear brio in the front. And these counts, of course, are alterable. My secret for getting them to lay right in the way, like trying to figure, because when something's flat and you're stitching a net, it can be really hard to figure out how many to just string between each segment when you're connecting, like when you're first connecting them. And I think there's a little trick to it, and I'm going to share that as we get going. But I thought I would just show you guys how this looks. So let me see if I can center it. I never know left or right on cameras, but so yeah, there it is. And I mean, it's just really cool. And I'm sorry for not having it centered. There we go. So yeah, this is how I envisioned it. And of course, if you make this shorter, if you want to make this design like go a little bit farther back, like make the chain shorter. The shorter you make the chain, the higher it's going to wear and the wider, meaning as you pull a net out, the points get further apart, right? So as you pull this higher on the neck, you get that effect. So that's another way to, where am I going? That's another thing you could do. You could have it shorter chain, like maybe take off one of the repeats in the pattern that I'm going to show you, and you'll get something that's a little bit more like that. All right, so I'm hoping I'm presenting it well. Of course, I never wear the right t-shirt or like outfit for my jewelry. It's because I'm always lounging around the house doing beading. That's how it really is. So, but this is gorgeous, and let's dive in. Let me show you a detail of the materials. I pre-filmed the materials before I use them, so I'm going to show you them on their strands in all of their beautifulness as I receive them. Well, let's get going. Look at how beautiful. Oh my goodness. So these are the gorgeous pearls and gemstones and Czech glass that I'm going to be using and featuring in this video. So the ones here in the center are a cranberry, beautiful cranberry color. They're about 5 by 5.5 to even 6 millimeter in length. And they are a grade A, cultured freshwater, rice-sized pearl. And again, that's a cranberry color. Really, really gorgeous. The other pearls you see here are a little bit off round, and they are a grade B white, 7 to 7.5 millimeter. It's a full, beautiful strand here. Really nice. And then these are garnet. A red garnet faceted round, about 4 millimeter. And the color between these three right here is just, it's really stunning, very beautiful together. And so these gorgeous accents that you see here, this is a cool bead. I feel like I may not have seen this exact shape before. Maybe I have, but it's not ringing a bell. But this one's really jumping out at me. It's a round rose. So a pink golden luster, and it's about 5.5 millimeters in size. And again, that's a Czech glass strand. And these are the cool Pear Brios. And I really do love working with a Brio. See, these are bronze. They have this like inner orange glow to them. And they're 12 by 15 millimeters in size. So all of these will be linked in the description of this video. And I'm going to get started diving into make something beautiful with these. In addition to the beautiful gems and Czech glass that I'm going to feature in the design, I'm going to bring in some handy helpers. These are a size 15 seed bead, and they're often the perfect thing to use in a lot of cases for both stringing and bead weaving designs. And I have a plan to use these, so I've got them handy, and there'll be a link to these in the description as well. All right, so let's get started by threading a beading needle with about 120 inches of 6-pound Fireline beading thread, leaving a 30-inch tail, and I'm working with a size 12 beading needle. The smaller needle might help you get through the pearls, but the good news is we only have to get through them twice, and I've tested that, and that is working out really well. Let's start with a stop bead, and let's work kind of from the middle. We're going to do the stringing for the chain as it graduates up the neck. We'll do that kind of toward the end. Get an idea for the center part of your necklace. So the part that's going to be around the front frame of your neck. And so to get started, you'll string a pearl and a 15-0. This was just my stop bead. And we'll pull that off later. Here's a pearl and a 15. And another pearl. And another 15. So just like that. And I'm going to do one more just like that. So a total of 3. So there is our stop bead. Pearl, 15-0, pearl, 15-0, pearl, and another 15. So from here, string an additional 15-0. String one of your garnets. And then 2 more 15s. So you'll have this little pretty arrangement like that. And now for the interesting part. We're going to string one of the cranberry rice pearls, and then a 15, and another one of those. You're going to do that for a total of 4. So that was 2 for me, plus a 15. Here's 3. Here's my additional 15. Here's number 4. Let's slide that down. And then string one more size 15 and head back up through the very first one. So in total, what you'll have strung so far just in a straight line are these 3 pearls spaced by 15. And then you go with 2 15s, a cranberry, 2 15s, a garnet, and 2 15s. And then you'll have one of the cranberry pearls, a 15, pearl 15, pearl 15, pearl 15. Go back through the pearl, just the first one. And not the 15 after, just the pearl. Pull that tight. And what you'll get is a little right angle weave segment. It's going to look like that. Push it back so it's in contact with the last 15 that you strung. So it should look just like that. So from here, just repeat out what you see strung here. We're going to go with 2 15s. And then don't forget your garnet. And then 2 more of your size 15s. And then go ahead with 3 pearls, each spaced by a 15-0. All right, and so from here, go ahead and string another repeat of this. We'll do 2 of the 15s, and then you'll need your garnet, and 2 more 15s, and then create that little circle of the cranberry pearls. So you'll need 4 of those. And go ahead and bring those on. And just like before, you're just going to go back through the first pearl. So we're just going to get this really beautiful focal of pops of cranberry. It's so pretty. And again, I'm just stringing out the pattern here of a garnet that has 2 15s going in front and after it. So this is the pattern so far that we have going. And I'm going to repeat that for a total of 5. So there's 2. And I'm going to repeat what we've done here. So we have 5 of these, and turn the camera back on right at that spot. So now you'll have a total of 5. And before proceeding on with the chain on this side, we're going to turn back and do some work down here. And I wanted to say that, remember, you already left a tail at the starting side here with your stop bead. That's going to be long enough to do a chain with, probably even to reinforce that chain. But if you would like to stop here and say, I love this, it's beautiful, I totally get you. I love this too. So if you are happy with it like this, feel free to finish the chain. I'll timestamp this video and you can see how the chain is done from here. Because this right here is a very beautiful necklace. You can repeat this out the entire length of a collarbone, or even all the way around, ending with pearls in the back. Depends on the length you want to go for. For the fun of, showing something cool in a video, I'm going to show you a way to turn this into something very statement. So we're going to come back through and do some net. So starting from here, if you're with me for the statement journey, before you complete the next part of this one, meaning you'd string the 2, the garnet and the 2, and I've already done that, just to remove that part. And after your 5th one here, go back through. So we'll continue forward through. I should say, you're not making a turn back. Remember, we went around like that, came out of the bead. So we're just going to travel through the next 2 pearls. So the first one and the second one, just keeping in that circle. And keep everything as tight as you can. Now we will be back this way again to finish the chain on this side. So no sweat if it's a little gappy, but try to keep the caps to a minimum. From here, you're just exiting from the pearl. We're going to string an assembly that brings us through this one. And so here are the counts for that. So from here, you'll want to string 2 15s, a garnet, 2 15s, 1 pearl, and 1 15. And then go ahead and bring on an additional 15 and a garnet. So you can see this pattern is sticking with the 2 and the 2, right? So you have 2 15s, a garnet, and 2 15s. In summary, you could maybe even just show it like this, which probably makes a little more sense. So 2 15s, a garnet, 2 15s, and a large pearl, 2 15s, a garnet, and then end with those 2 15s right there. And then we're going to get 4 more of the cranberry rice pearl and string that beautiful assembly again of 4 pearls around. So there's 1 with a 15, 2, here's 3, 4, end with a 15. Bring that all up really tight. And let me come to the center here so you can see what I'm doing. And back through just the first pearl that you strung. Try not to catch any of those 15s. Tighten it up as best you can. And so far, this is what you'll have. Now we're going to repeat back this. So you need 2 15s. You'll need a garnet. 2 15s and a large white pearl. 2 more of the 15-0. Another garnet.
There we go. This can be a little hard to see the holes, but I got that one. End with 2 15s. So just like that. So you have the same thing that we started with. Basically, this is the repeat there. It's the 2 15s garnet, 2 15s pearl. So just like that. And you guessed it, we're going to head through this pearl next. I'm going to just string that out so it looks a little easier to see. So far, there's what we have. And what I just did here, we're going to repeat here, here, and here. All right, so here's my last repeat. And again, what you do is you're just going to be stringing those 2 15s, the garnet. You're spacing each by 2. When you get here, you're doing the little quad right angle weave of pearl with a 15 in between each one. And then you just want to go through the bottom pearl on that last segment. So here's what we have so far. I'm going to bring it over and kind of hold it out. So another great place to stop if you're happy. You can always weave in a new strand over here, do your chain. But if you want to bring it up even more, next level, what we're going to do is weave around to exit from this bead heading in that direction. And we're going to put one more drop coming down from the center. Super easy. And then we'll head back up here and exiting from this one. We'll put a chain going this way. This one is the nice little place marker. That's why I started this side with it. So you can really easily kind of just get that gauge of, oh, this is where I want my other 3 to come out of that top pearl there. Because once you get this all put together, it can be a little hard to see it. But so there it is. When you're wearing it, it's going to be kind of like that on. So from here, let's weave together. Again, our goal is to get through this bead heading that way. And so what we're going to need to do is go through the chain. So currently we're here at the bottom pearl. Go through the next 15. And the next pearl. And you'll probably get through the next 15 pretty easily too. Should tighten up everything you did here. And then you're just going to want to go through just the pearl. Don't go through those 2 15s. Those are part of the chain. So get through that pearl. Meaning not those 2. We are, however, going to carry on through the chain as it goes along here. So let me just show you really quick again. Let's lay it out flat. Now we're in the main top chain. We're going to keep going. So we're going to go through all this. Keep going through this one. All the way through here. And then when you get here, go around, head down this way, and then go around this way. It'll put you coming out right this direction. So that's the path I'm going to take. Again, I'm just going to go through the next 2, down, and around. So follow me for that. All right, so we've almost got our beautiful necklace done. All we need to do from here, we're exiting from that pearl, we're going to string this beautiful design here. So you want to, again, stick with that convention of putting 2 15-0s in between what I'm showing here. So here's 2 15s and a garnet and 2 more. And then your pearl. And that will give it symmetry with everything we've been doing. There's 2 more. And your pearl. 2 more. And your garnet. And from here, I just did 1. And I went through the Pear Brio, 1, and through the garnet. Oh, it's always fun chasing those because you can't really see the hole. They're very tiny. But the hole diameters are really generous on that. So just repeat this up to here. So there it is. You just want to string, again, the repeat that's shown here, which is 2, a garnet, 2, a pearl, 2, a pearl, 2, a garnet, 1, pear brio, 1 15, and then a garnet, and then you go 2, pearl, 2, pearl, 2, garnet, and 2. And we're just going to bring that right through the pearl you see here. So just bring your needle right through it. And there it is. So feel free to play with these counts. These counts are not set in stone. There's a lot of different things you can do with this kind of a design. This is going to be a really swoop. So like we're talking V-neck dress with something like this. This is going to be very sexy, very cool. Really nice for like, I mean, this is getting into the realm of like evening gowns and wedding wear, but not that I wouldn't wear it with just a t-shirt and jeans because, you know, that's my style. So I think it's really cool. Let's finish it up. So all we have to do now really is just some weaving around and creating the chain. From here, our goal with this side of the thread is to get up through, and the only really right angle weave friendly pass to do is we're going to have to go up through the following pearls and then up through this one, around this way, and then head straight out to while you get to this one. And we'll do the chain from there. There she is. This beautiful necklace here. I have finished getting all the way over to this spot here. So I'm currently exiting just from the pearl. And look back over here, see what we've got going on here. We want to match what we did here on this side. So on this side, you see we have a garnet going into the pearl. Let's have one coming out, spaced by 2 15s. So let me grab another garnet. And we'll go with 2 15s. Here's our garnet. And here we go. Hang on. There we go, 2 15s. So we got that. We'll slide that on there. From here, I want to match the pattern I've got going on the side of the 3 pearls. So I'll get 3 of the white pearls. And we will space each of those with 1 seed bead. So start with the first one. And we'll go with just 1 15-0. The pearl. Here's 1 15. And the pearl. And then 1 more 15. So now we're all symmetried together. I might raise the camera just a little bit so you can really see the design. Yeah, I'm gonna need to raise up just a smidge. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's the necklace. It's a big necklace. There's a lot going on here. Really pretty netting. And the chain is kind of up to you. The pearls that I have left, if you're working from the same count and strand as me, I have about the same length in pearls left. I have quite a few garnets, and I have quite a few of these pearls. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to make a matching bracelet that is just this design minus the featured netting. And that I think I could space them 1 apart, maybe 2. I'm going to see how that looks. But for a bracelet design, I've got enough beads here for that. So what I'm thinking is I might space out a little bit of the chain with some of these. And they're going to look lovely. It's going to be back up around the neck. So a little pattern there, and you can just get creative. What do you think would be a cute pattern? And whatever you do on one side, just match it on the other. So what I was actually thinking was I would start, and keep in mind we have our garnets too, but let's zero in on this side for now. So I'll just bring this over a little bit. And let's go into, for starters, let's do one of these and string that on. And then we'll space it with a 15. And let's grab a garnet. I'm going to get a bunch of them. We're going to need a few of those. Here's a garnet, another 15. And let's put one of the cranberry pearls on there. I'm going to go sparingly with the cranberry pearls because I want to have enough for a bracelet. So I think my bracelet is going to need 4 repeats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I want to limit my use of these in the chain to that many for total for each side. So I just used 1, so let's save 1, and then let's split this in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can use 5 of these on one of the sides, and I'll still have enough for my bracelet. And there we go. And now let's get a white pearl. And again, I'm putting a 15 in between everything. Make it nice and flowy. And now we'll just go back out with a pearl, a garnet, and let's go to one of these roses. All right, that's so pretty. And then we'll do 3 pearls. So that's the pattern I like. But keep in mind it can be anything. There's no rules to what stringing pattern you're going to do for your design. And the length that you want is also totally up to you. I feel like if I repeat this out, though, even just one more time, that I should have the necklace length that I want. I might just end the chain with a bunch of these by itself if I'm not there yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to string a repeat of the following. Let me finish this up and show you, just in case you like it. Okay. And this will be a gorgeous something, piece of jewelry by itself as well. But so this is one of the repeats, basically. It's 3 pearls. Everything has a 15 in between. But we've got the 3 pearls, rose, garnet, cranberry pearl, another white pearl, and then just repeat that back out. So from here, I'm going to repeat from here. I'm going to do that one more time and then finish out any needed length with these. I'll do the same thing on this side, and then we'll put a clasp on it. All right, so I held this up and tried it on, and my chain length, just like this, is very perfect for where I want it to wear. And so the measurement that I have for my chain, it comes to, starting from that first pearl, it's about 6 1/4. More like 6. And sorry about it being off camera there. Apologies. We'll bring that back. So about 6 1/4 or so. And given that the length of this necklace was already 11 and where I want it to wear when I'm wearing it, by the time I put the clasp on, this necklace is right where I want it to be. So I'm going to stop here and put the clasp on. And as far as clasps go, I mean, it could really just be something so simple as a lobster claw and a little bit of chain. I have here a jump ring. And if you have a 15 here already, then just string 1. I don't have my 15 on here yet. So let's put 2 15-0 seed beads. And it's going to come right to the pearl here. So just like that. And before you string on anything else, go back through the first one. What we're really going to do here is we're going to create a little laddered ending. So string 2, go back through the first one, and take your thumbnail. It's going to look like that when you do that. See? Just take your thumbnail and push it down as best you can. And you'll get something that looks like that. Those 2 will sit just on top of the pearl. And this is your chance to tighten your chain. You'll be back through it one time, but just, this is your chance to tighten it. String 3 seed beads, your jump ring or clasp, and 3 more seed beads. And now head down through the open 15-0 seed bead. A little loop will form. And now you have the ability to head through the other one. This is the one we laddered, right? So we're going to go through the original. And things are going to be loose on this pass. That's okay. Just tighten everything up. And that enables you to make that turn. So you have the ability to do it. Almost looks like a little, wire guard or a French wire. It also, if you have wire guardians and you want to do a wire guardian on top of those laddered 2 beads, that's a great spot to do that. And getting through all those beads in the loop. And when you get back to the first one, you can choose to reinforce that one more time around. I'm going to show you up close what we've got here. Is that focusing? Okay, there we go. So you can go around again, make it even tighter, or I've got 2 passes through it, and my entire chain's only going to have 2 passes. So I'm going to go ahead and head through the pearl now. See, it almost looks like its own little wire guardian there. But feel free to go around one more time. It doesn't hurt anything. And you got plenty of room in those beads. But I'll show you what happens when you go through the pearl. You get a really nice connection there with your end. I do love to end bracelets this way, bracelets of all kinds. So if this was just a simple stringing design that you did and you love it, and you can just put this kind of closure on it and you're great. It's good. Oops, sorry. And the camera there, so it's really close so you can see. So I accidentally have been tapping it. So I'm going to head down through the chain. Be really careful not to miss any of your 15s as you go. And when you get back down to the main part of the netted area here, just weave around and trim your thread. And then remember, we've got to go back over here and use our tail to repeat what we did on this side and put our clasp on.
Here's the finished design. Again, all at once, just laid out on the mat here. And I wanted to highlight just one more time that when you're wearing it, the length of the chain really does affect how it hangs. So the shorter chain is going to make the, I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. A shorter chain will make the net points further apart. So you can make your design based on that. And then, of course, the longer the chain, the more of a V appearance you're going to get. So at a certain point, if it's too long, the V appearance you're going to get is here. And that would mean you might want to change your net point counts. But as you get practiced and more advanced with this, you'll see. Now, the way this is designed right now, when I'm wearing it, it hangs like that. And that's really what I was going for. So the chain length is the key. And then if you're going to have a long necklace, you're designing a different type of necklace. You need different counts between your net points. And so as you stitch yours up, it'll click for you. You're like, oh yeah, I see what you mean. So all these counts are changeable. One other thing I wanted to highlight, I know I just showed it, but here's both of the ends of that design finished. That little trick, guys, with laddering one more seed bead before you string the clasp, you can see where the laddering starts and ends. This really makes a magical difference when finishing any kind of nice work like this with seed beads if you don't have hardware. And so that's how I did that. Again, you just do that little ladder finish. And it makes it so that you can reinforce that loop 2-3 times before heading back down your chain. Each of these chains here has its own beautiful pattern, and it's completely up to you if you'd like to copy what's here or do your own. And each of these chains is reinforced on the trip back. So after doing this, I took that trip all the way back down the chain, did some weaving around. If you're having any trouble getting through your cranberry pearls, switch to a size 12 beading needle. I just realized in the intro I said size 12, size 11, size 10. I double checked, and the one I was using in this video was actually a 10. And you can see me kind of pulling it. So if you're having any trouble at all, just switch to a size 12. But that said, I just, on a couple occasions, because there's most of them are pretty easy. On a couple occasions, I was pulling those nose pliers out, trying to pull that through, and that was no problem. It all worked out for me on that. So yeah, if you get any of the pearls that are really feeling tight when you string them the first time, maybe set that one aside and don't use it, especially in the top part of the chain, because that's where you're going to get the most passes required to go through. So those are all my tips, and I want to wish you happy beading, and I'll see you for the next video.